streaming software to go live, viewers will be able. Is that something?
Wait. Something moved.
All right, we are back.
We have a black screen.
There we go. Now we're back. I think. Yeah, we're back. Woo. Okay, that was.
Okay, I can see myself.
Yeah, we are live right now.
We are actually live.
See, you insulted the jackal from freaking Persia, and it came over here and did his Houdini.
That's like gremlins or kobolds or something got into our internet.
Yeah.
Or Jesus.
I did nothing wrong. I'm innocent here.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. All right, I gotta fix stuff here.
Yeah, we gotta fix stuff.
But yeah, they can. You guys can.
Donson is back.
Rise from your grave.
I like that game. All right.
Sorry, everybody. That was a.
So, coincidentally, when we start questioning if Jesus is really Jesus.
I am me.
Uh-huh. Sure thing. Sure thing.
Well, that was like.
If I was a doppelganger, I would have murdered all of you and just walked away like nothing happened.
That would require you to get off your ass.
I would have done it just for that.
I don't believe you. Oh.
Okay, so basically what I think happened was we started dropping frames, and I ran and got the Ethernet cable to plug into my computer, and then our net died. Well, we were trying a bunch of things, and then I made sure everything was plugged in and connected properly, and one of the cables was slightly loose. And when I plugged it in, we came back. Dumbest thing ever.
Isn't it always the dumb things, though?
Yeah.
But we are back. We were talking about
Chimeras, yeah.
Lost about 20 minutes of the show.
Yeah, that's what happened. You want to give me the link to this new stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about how chimeras are kind of... it's a loose term. It just means a hybrid. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, that was... loose cable that was unplugged in the...
Yeah, that just coincidentally happened when we...
I swear to God, I will suffocate you with a pillow if you try to blame me.
So,
and I have a pillow right here.
Basically, Jesus' fault.
Yeah, it's Jesus' fault. Anyhow, though.
Goddamn whiteys can't take responsibility for their own actions. Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
Anyway. Yeah, so that just happened.
He's coming for you.
Calm down, jeez.
Get him, Scraps.
Anyhow, so we're going to get back into it. Now, so...
Chimera is definitely more of a pop culture creation nowadays, just like in the board game we played 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, the Chimera's in that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the Chimera.
Yeah.
We beat it, didn't we? We beat the Chimera.
It killed us all.
No, that was the Minotaur. The Minotaur's the one that just wrecks all our shit.
Yeah, we put the Chimera to sleep, but that's about it.
No, I think we beat the Chimera.
No. We were going to, and then the Minotaur fucking just destroyed us royally.
Oh, Mr. Bishop brings a good point. You say you're not getting us donuts. The internet just went out.
The internet is not a cop.
Yes, it is. Anyway. Anyway, though. But yeah, like I said, these kind of mixed creatures aren't that rare or weird. Every culture has them, and to be fair, it also kind of makes sense. I mean,
since you say it's 2 creatures combined together.
Well, multiple, but...
Wouldn't a liger be one?
Ligers technically are a chimera. They're real. Still rather face a jackalope than a liger. Any dog that ends with the word doodle in its breed is a chimera. If you want to get really technical, chimera is just a really dramatic way to say hybrid.
It's a dramatic way of saying people decided to have this animal go sleep with that animal to see what would happen.
Why does it always go back to sex with you?
Everything goes back to sex.
I know. Anyway, back to my point. Now, it's kind of weird though, because we're going to finally get to the actual critter itself, the jackalope. Because there's controversy about it. See, in the 1930s, there's a pair of men who claimed they created the concept of the jackalope. Douglas Herrick and his brother were hunters / trappers / taxidermists who created the first jackalope, according to them, by literally taxidermying a jackrabbit, and to make it interesting, to make it stand out. They decided to take some spare deer antlers they had just lying around, and they claim it was totally by accident, totally by chance, yada yada yada. The problem is that that's not the origin of the jackalope. That's not the oldest account of the jackalope, I should say.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this. They try pulling off your grandpa, grandfather, whatever that dude's you're related to, that went up with the mask. Scared people on the side of the highway.
Chocoloca Monster.
Yeah.
They tried to make their own Chocoloca Monster.
It failed epically.
No, they did not fail epically. They actually became rich. Everybody was buying their story about the jackalope and wanted their own jackalope. And only they could, and only the Herrick brothers could actually get you one. So you had to buy from them. They became rich. But the conflict is that a lot of people argue, no, there are stories of jackalopes way before the Herrick brothers. They just weren't called jackalope. There are people who claim the Native Americans had stories about horned rabbits. And in fact, actually, that could be true. So, allow me to explain. See, hold on here.
Holding.
There is an actual affliction, a virus, that can affect various rodents, including rabbits. Watch me get this horribly wrong, by the way. Shope palipomena?
I'm gonna go with yes, you did. But that's normal for us.
Shope palplemoa. I'm not sure what that means. But basically, it is a virus that afflicts a lot of things, but it is very potent in rodents, which rabbits are. And one of the symptoms of this virus is the growth of bony lumps on the body. Now, if you're a rabbit and you have this virus, and you suddenly have this bony bump or something on your side or on your paw or wherever, don't think it is actually a cancer. You're going to groom yourself and try to either scratch it or bite it off. But if it's on the top of your head, you can't get to it. Not really. And so a commonly held theory is that it's very possible at some point in history there could have been a plague of this virus, which gave rise to stories of the horned rabbit, which for a time there was actually a consensus amongst the scientific communities that the horned rabbit could have existed at one time and maybe been some kind of ice age variant of the modern day rabbit, similar to how we had like woolly mammoths and cave bears and stuff like that. Saber-tooth, yeah.
The giant ass freaking bear that was like 20 feet tall or some shit like that.
Yeah, cave bear. There was also the North American hyena, which no longer exists obviously today, and you're glad for that, by the way, because these things were massive. Do Do you mind? We go off the air for 20 minutes. They don't make a peep. We get back. Suddenly, they need to declare to the world that they're being murdered out there in the desert. Anyhow. That's a theory that this whole thing with the jackalopes could have come about because of a plague of this virus. Fun side note. No. This is actually kind of creepy. So the Herrick brothers came up with this wild idea and made the jackalope somewhere in the 1930s. We don't know exactly when they started it and when they actually made the taxidermy animals. We just know that by the end of the 30s, they were rolling banks, if you know what I mean. But would you like to know when this horn-growing virus was discovered and documented?
A few years after they did that?
33.
33 years ago?
1933.
Damn.
Coincidentally, right when the brothers just randomly had the idea, because, well, we have these spare antlers and these spare rabbits, let's make some taxidermy. A lot of people argue that the brothers probably actually tried to taxidermy some rabbits with this virus, and it went about as well as you would imagine, so they had to substitute, and they just wanted to make a tall tale about how cool they were, that they found this creature.
You know what's funny is recently Ice Age, the movie,
Yep.
the squirrel with the teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They actually found fossils that
look like that little bugger.
Yeah.
Screet?
I think it was Screet. Screet
Screet?
sounds right.
Screet?
Right.
I'm not sure what his name is.
Yeah, people know. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, they claim that they just came up with it because they had the spare parts. By the way, there's another misconception that they tried to pass it off as you were saying something. Scrat. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Anyway, people try to claim that they tried to pass them off as real. Now, maybe this is hindsight and this is from a later time, but according to the stuff I found, they didn't really claim that the jackalope was a thing as much as they claimed that you could have a taxidermied one. They didn't. They kind of tried to like cover their tracks and say, we didn't say that they were running around in the wild. We just say we could sell them.
Yeah, that kind of would save you from getting sued. It's all about the wording.
It's all about the wording. But it doesn't really matter because they let the genie out of the bottle, and the jackalope became this American tall tale. It's kind of funny because they have faded into obscurity. You don't hear about jackalopes anymore. But I remember in the 90s, they were always being talked about.
Same with the early 2000s. They were showing in movies a lot. I think
there were movies, there were cartoons.
The first time I saw one in a movie was a Scooby-Doo one.
Yep, they were in Scooby-Doo. Would you believe that they are in Magic the Gathering?
I can believe
the card game. I actually had a copy of one of the Jackalope cards. Stampeding Jackalopes. It was an actual card, and I had a copy of it. But yeah, no, they were all over the place in the 80s and 90s, even into the 2000s. And they kind of just went away. Which is lame, and just more proof that millennials ruin everything.
Ain't that the truth?
But, there are and it's funny because the jackalope story rippled out into Mexico, into Canada, but it became more popular in Mexico. Has kind of a joke, I'm assuming a joke. In Mexico, stories tell of how a jackalope can be charmed. You know how you charm a jackalope in Mexico?
Give it the tacos?
Beer!
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
Just like all Americans, you can tempt them with beer. But anyway.
How does a jackalope wear a sombrero?
Carefully. You are now picturing it.
I am.
The big jackalope is hiding, waiting for its return. Anyhow, though, but no, it's kind of funny because the jackalope, it's weird, because like with so many other things in the realm of cryptozoology and all cryptosciences, there's a defense behind, people defend Bigfoot, people defend Nessie, people defend all these different things. And for some reason, there was like this unconscious agreement that we all could laugh and we could all have fun with the jackalope. Because it is kind of a silly thing to think about. You know what I mean? Like, really? A rabbit with antlers? Like, that's so easy to make, right? You could so easily... Anyone who had even the most basic taxidermy skill could make a fake jackalope. In fact, actually, last year, the Curiosities and Oddities Expo that I didn't get to go to...
That's your fault.
That's right, they did have some...
It had a taxidermy class where you could make your very own jackalope.
We should sign up for that, Bear.
It was like $200.
Also, it's September 28th this year.
Yeah, they're moving it ahead for some reason.
September.
Yeah, it's at the end of September instead of... But anyway, back to my point. It's funny, we all kind of just came together and agreed that we can laugh about the jackalope and we could make fun of it. Watch me get this horribly wrong because I don't think I wrote it down. The iconic American cartoonist, I believe it was Tex Avery. He supposedly loved the jackalope. I can't remember the cartoons, but like he supposedly, he made little doodles of the jackalope, and there's even some claims I've heard that the original concept for Bugs Bunny was originally going to be a jackalope.
Oh, that would be so weird.
Yeah, that's the thing I've heard is that like they actually decided not to because they thought it would look too weird, which is saying something. Because have you seen the original Bugs Bunny?
Yeah. Round motherfucker.
Yeah, huge,
He
fat.
represented the big community.
Oh yeah.
But then he had to start eating carrots and lost all that weight.
Would you say he was a trans fat icon?
No.
Anyhow.
He saw Lola and he wanted that bunnies. He did what he had
Please
to.
stop.
Bunny buns?
Both of you. Anyhow, one of the most well-known images of the jackalope was actually the bootleg America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh yeah.
That
show needs to come back, bro.
So there's America's Funniest Videos. That was like the king of funny videos in the 80s and 90s.
Internet took over and shit.
Yeah, before all that. But anyway, there was a bootleg knockoff of it. And I believe they actually were called America's Funniest People. Which would sometimes feature skits with a character. This is, by the way, this is written down. This is the character's name. Don't get mad at me. Do not cancel me. I mean it. Elon, I'm looking at you. Jack Ching Bada Bang. The Jackalope. Jack Ching Bada Bing was a jackalope character.
Hey, Jack Ching, how you doing?
Yeah. He was a jackalope character that would be running around, and it was literally a taxidermy, really a doll with a rabbit head and antlers, and it would constantly have him being chased around by people causing chaos. The big novelty was they would do a kind of POV shot from the jackalope's perspective, but it would be like the antlers perspective, not his own eyes, because the antler. And you would, they would always go to that angle when he like poked someone in the butt with his antlers or something. But the funny thing is that the jackalope became more popular than the show because America's Funniest People, everyone knew that it was just trying to be America's Funniest Home Videos or America's Funniest Videos. And it kind of surpassed it, actually. And in fact, who was the channel behind that one? I want to say that was Fox. America's Funniest People?
Wasn't it ABC?
No, ABC was America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah, ABC was America's...
Yeah.
What? You're America's Funniest People?
People. Yeah, it was like, everyone said it was the bootleg America's Funniest Home Movies or America's Funniest Home Videos. And they actually, I want to say it was Fox, but they wanted to take because again, the Jackalope had become so much more popular than the rest of the show that they actually considered just making a Jackalope show. But apparently that just never manifested, and the show fizzled out and was replaced eventually. Yes.
ABC.
Really?
Aha,
So
I was
ABC
right.
had both?
Related, America's Funniest Home Videos Network, ABC, release May 13th, 1990 to June 5th, 1994.
Really? It ran that long?
Yeah.
The bootleg America's Funniest Home Videos ran that long. America's Funniest People.
Yeah, they're
That's
talking.
usually how it is, though. Like,
Well, I mean, see, I kind of have to argue, like, 4 years is a long time for a show to run back in the day.
oh yeah, but like,
I mean, today, you know, you're like,
well, let's be honest. Back in the day, most people like,
of course, to be fair, also back then, a season was way bigger.
yeah,
Like nowadays, they have 8 episodes, and you're supposed to be impressed.
12 episodes, and
What show has 12? What show has 12 episodes in its season these days? Like seriously?
most animes.
Well, isn't the traditional anime supposed to be just 12 episodes?
Nowadays is a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Nowadays, more.
I'm saying traditionally, because you have lots of animes that are only one season technically.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which is bullshit, but
well, the idea is that you're telling a story, and once it's told,
yeah, but sometimes they don't finish all of it, and they just want to go.
well, would you rather it go in the Inuyasha direction, where there's like 15 million episodes?
And the,
Please, One Piece has more than that.
Oh my god!
and the argument about anime has begun. Show hijacks.
You know,
As I usually do, but then again, like, look how long
it would have been a crowded. My little brother thinks that it would have been a crowded design, but Jackalope Bugs Bunny sounds awesome.
Yeah, but like, look, Full House. That had like most of those seasons.
Oh god, how many seasons did Full House have?
A few.
But how many episodes were a season? Like seriously, it's dozens.
Yeah, and then look at
And nowadays,
Golden Girls.
oh my god, yeah, you're trying to make me cry. Fuck you.
Golden Girls was a fantastic show,
Golden Girls is one of the greatest shows ever made, and
everyone knows. That's a show that, like, if you say it, everybody knows. Like Friends, Family Matters, Married with
Children.
Married with Children. By the way, that was the best father figure out there, on television wise.
Al Bundy was unironically one of the best dads
Yeah,
in all of television.
and
He had a bad attitude. He had a bad attitude. I'll give you that. Great father though.
But that's the thing. He represented most of the families out there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole family did. Not all of them were fucking wealthy. Had
Oh,
everything-
geez, have you ever seen the jokes about the house from Home Improvement?
Oh yeah. Had successful careers.
Mr. Bishop wants to bring up a point. MASH.
Yeah, MASH.
How many episodes? How many seasons? That only had a
MASH
few
went on.
seasons, but how many episodes did every season have?
Yeah, and MASH is still goes on. They still air episodes.
They do, yeah.
Like they're not coming out
The
with new
show lasted longer than the war it was supposed to represent.
ones. Yeah.
It was set in the Korean War. It ran longer than than America's involvement in the Korean
Yeah,
War.
I did. And again, like
There were people joking that it was going to be in the air when we went to Vietnam.
But like, look at it back in the day. Most of your source of entertainment was movies, movie theater, VHS stores, television.
Which, by the way, you had to move around its schedule.
Yeah, like you couldn't.
You wanted to.
You couldn't pick one. You couldn't just log in. Oh, like I want to watch this now.
Yeah.
Hey, this episode comes out at this time on this day.
Sean sitting here. This is like Saruman and Gandalf having a discussion. It's way too old for him.
But like that's how it was back in the day. TV guides were still a thing.
Oh, dude, TV guides were cool. Like, seriously, they were unapologetically. TV guides were the shit. But anyway, back to my point. My point I was saying is that the Jackalope character actually became more popular than the show itself, and they were this close to actually doing a show of just Jack Ching Bada Bing. Who thought that was a good name? Not even taking the slightly, you're real close to saying something you shouldn't say. Who thought that was a good name for a jackalope?
Dude, come on, look at Looney Tunes. Best example. Looney Tunes and Disney. Donald Duck and some of his old school animations was part of the Nazis.
Yes, he was.
Even though he is a Navy soldier.
Soldier.
Yes, I can never say that.
Sailor. I think the actual term. Yeah, he was a sailor.
And then look at most of the
So,
Looney Tunes.
real quick, a side note here. Because everyone always debates about that, Donald Duck and Daffy Duck. Donald Duck was a part of the Nazi army. Daffy Duck, 6 different times, beat the ever-loving crap out of Adolf Hitler. Who's the real American hero? Just gonna throw that out. No, it became. I think that actually became a thing because of Donald Duck. They specifically. Yep, there it is. One of the most that. See, everyone talks about the American emblem and stuff like that, and bring it back up. Bring it back up. Put that on a dollar bill.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's America.
Look at some of the things that Bugs Bunny used to say back in the day.
Oh,
1, 2, 3 little.
Oh
Indians,
yeah, counting the Indians when he was shooting.
4, 5.
Oh wait,
that was a half breed.
I remember that one. Yeah, but still, it's like Jack Ching Bada Bing. One, it sounds very, very close to an derogatory towards Asians. 2. That is such a lame rhyming name.
But then look at the other stuff they would do back in the day too. Like, I think there was an episode where
they had no chill.
Where one of them was like dressed up as a Chinese person, but like in like.
Oh jeez.
We could talk about the tooth and everything.
Yeah.
But it was back in the day.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez is a. What's the best way of saying this? He stereotypes. There are bad stereotypes and good. Speedy Gonzalez is the good one. Hardworking, helps out his community, helps out his family.
Yeah, no one ever mentions that. He has a dozen kids.
Yeah, he
helps
out his family. The one that was the bad one, but it's a stereotype for a reason, was Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right, his cousin.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone was either one of his kids or his cousin.
Yep.
That's another Mexican stereotype.
Yup. But Slowpoke, he was the one like, oh, they never do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're lazy. They're always drunk. Slowpoke
he had the bottle with the X's drawn on it because they couldn't show up.
But Slowpoke was slow, but not slow to the draw. Slowpoke was always packing.
Yep, that's right. He always had a gun on him. But back to my points, and I want to say real quick, I don't personally think Jack Ching Bada Bing is racist.
It's fun.
That does not sound like a good name.
It's not, but it's funny to say
though. But yeah.
Well, let's be honest,
I remember how they tried to get rid of Speedy Gonzalez, and then all you guys got mad.
Fuck yeah!
Speedy was awesome. I liked Speedy. Geez, we could almost do an episode talking about frickin' the Looney Tunes and the mythology behind them.
Okay, most people think that that Looney Tunes were cartoon for kids. Not back in the day. Back in the day, we were for adults.
Well, back in the day, what they would do is you would go to the theater all day, and there'd be 2 movies. You'd get a news update. Yeah. There'd be cartoons that the kids and the adults were expected to sit through. That's why we had characters like Pepe Le Pew.
Yep.
Clearly not child jokes.
Yeah,
but Mom and Dad got the jokes. Yeah. Mom and Dad got the joke.
Look at more not just that, but even to this day, if you look at some shows, they'll add jokes in there for the adults who are watching the show.
One of the single greatest jokes. I know we're going way off topic, but I'm going to allow it this time because I'm doing it. One of the single greatest jokes ever. Probably the first dirty joke that I remember getting, and that made it so much more funny. was Johnny Bravo.
Dude,
When he was
Bravo?
when he went on the vacation to the tropical island, and they were gonna sacrifice him to a volcano, and they were like, "Accept this virgin sacrifice," and he literally just stops everyone. Virgin, guys, I think we need to talk. And then they shove him into the volcano, and the volcano rejects him.
Yeah,
I busted up laughing so hard at that because I got that joke. I was like, "Oh,
my mama told me about
Johnny Bravo."
I was hoping she was right.
Yeah, I remember that one, dude.
Okay, again,
God, I love Johnny Bravo.
But the one thing that
Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people are partial to the Powerpuff Girls, but I actually never got really into it.
I liked it. It was entertaining. But would I rather watch Samurai Jack to the Powerpuff Girls?
Oh,
Samurai
fuck yeah.
Jack.
But it's hard to compete with Dexter and Johnny.
Yeah.
But
like what gets me right now is like Pepe Le Pew. He got canceled because like that's not something for kids. I'm like, if you have cartoons parenting your children, you shouldn't have children.
Yeah.
It is not other people's job to take care of your kids and teach them right from wrong. It is yours.
I agree. And if you feel something is inappropriate for a child, it's your responsibility to change the channel.
Yeah, I make sure they're not watching it, not blame the creators.
Pepe Le Pew is funny as hell.
He was.
He's
Some
not
of the shit he did was unseen, but like if you watch it properly,
you get the joke.
Yeah, more than half the time that motherfucker like got his he had shit fall.
Oh, bad thing. Yeah, no.
He had fucking fell in wells.
That was always the punchline, was that he would go after the cat the whole time, and the ending would always be that he would end up being chased by someone else or by the cat. Not my favorite Looney Tune. My favorite was probably Wile E.
Yosemite Sam.
Although it is hard not to love Daffy when he literally pile drives Adolf Hitler. You think I'm joking? I mean it. I think that is an image of Americana.
They redid Looney Tunes like they were. Like,
oh God.
Daffy ended up joining SEAL Team 6.
Oh.
And,
on the one hand, that sounds awesome. At the same time, I don't trust modern day cartoon story writers to do that well.
Somehow Bugs ended up in a freaking in a prison. And they were rescuing people out of the prison because it was prison people.
Yeah.
And they got Bugs out, and he's like, Daffy? And he's like, well, I had nowhere to go. I had to go somewhere. And he joined the army and ended up being part of freaking
SEAL Team 6?
Yeah.
Why not? Sean never has seen Samurai Jack.
What?
Disappointing.
My dudes, there's not that much talking in there, but like
for record, real quick.
The animation, the music,
the voice acting, when they do talk.
Yeah, when it happens, but like the music itself does more than when anybody talked. The music for that show like drove everything.
But anyway, we're gonna get back to the topic, the Jackalope. Because believe it or not, remember there's actually a topic for tonight.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, the Jackalope. It did persist well into the 2000s, like you were saying. Would you believe that there were 2 different episodes with Jackalopes on Star Trek?
Really?
Yes.
Wait, which Star Trek?
Let's see here. There was Star Trek. Let me see here. Picard season 1 had an episode with a jackalope in it in the background. They were mentioned as bunnycorns. In various other stories from the Roddenberry era. The original Star Trek had bunnycorn, which were jackalopes. They were even... This actually sparked some controversy. Do you guys remember a game called Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption, the original game, had a quest storyline about hunting jackalopes. And then canonically in the story, it claimed that your character actually killed the last of them and drove them to extinction.
That's fucking great.
People were not happy about that. They were like, that's not cool.
Oh,
and then, then in the sequel, Red Dead Redemption 2, they did the same thing with Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm. There was a whole quest chain where your character was tricked into killing Bigfoot, and there would be one final one left that would explain he was the last of his kind, and technically you could choose to leave him alone, but it did also give you the option to
kill him,
destroy him,
and get like the really cool skin.
Yeah, get a Bigfoot coat. Anyway, though. Yeah, Zombie Nightmare, the remake, the zombie version of Red Dead Redemption 2. I actually played that one. I liked that one. But anyway, now there is. Really? You never played them?
No. Dude, they're great games. Like, yeah, the graphics on Red Dead Redemption, like, yeah, they didn't age well. But it's a great story.
Now, we're going to kind of wrap this up, actually, because it is time to discuss the fact that there may be a conspiracy afoot.
He hasn't said that in a while.
He hasn't.
Okay, so, what if I told you that one of the best arguments for the fact that we should have an anarchy, meaning get rid of the government altogether, was actually because of the Jackalope?
What?
So, the Herrick brothers started their business of selling taxidermies in Wyoming.
Of all places.
Yeah, well, not much competition out there.
Yeah, there's also nothing over there.
Yeah, but anyway, that's where they came from, Douglas, Wyoming. Now, many decades later, in 2005, an individual proposed a bill to the Wyoming State Senate. Actually, excuse me, to the House of Representatives. I don't understand why a state has a House of Representatives, but it does, whatever.
The states basically run exactly like the country.
Yeah, just on a micro size. It's just...
Yeah, like, to be honest, most of the freaking other Europe countries we can fit in Texas.
True, but anyway.
And or California.
So, a bill was proposed. I didn't put it down. But anyway, a bill was proposed to make the jackalope the official mythological creature of the state of Wyoming. It passed overwhelmingly in the House.
But then,
the Senate,
of course,
refused to see the bill, claiming that it was frivolous and dumb. You think I'm joking, but I'm not kidding at all. So, several years later, in 2013, when the original drafter of the bill, Dave Edwards, passed away, his friends came together and re-proposed the bill in his memory. Once again, overwhelming supermajority. 45 to 12. It passed the House. Senate refused to vote on the bill. Since then, this bill has been resurrected, reproposed to the House of Wyoming, passes every single time, like clockwork, overwhelmingly, and every single time the Senate refuses to see it. This has given rise to pointing out a major flaw in the system of the House, the Senate, and so on, because the Senate literally doesn't have to sit and address a bill that the House passes. The Senate can literally just pretend that the House doesn't exist. Anarchists often point to this. The Wyoming Jackalope bill has an example of how our government, the American government, doesn't work and is obsolete and frivolous, they use as an argument for anarchy.
In my opinion, it's not. It's the people that we elect to put in there. If we stop putting dumbasses in there.
Mm-hmm. The current person in charge of this bill, the guy who keeps putting it on, a friend of David Edwards, Don Wantizer, I think is how I pronounce his name, has said many times, "I'll keep bringing it back until you let me have it." And that's a quote. "I'll keep bringing it back until you let me have it." Because apparently this bill actually meant something to his friend. And after year after year after year after year after year of rejection, now it's just a matter of personal spite.
Oh, fuck yeah. He is a
Fun,
real one.
Fun side note, though. The Wyoming Lottery adopted the Jackalope as their logo. And when pressed about why they did that, they admitted it's in protest to them refusing the Jackalope bill. The Jackalope should be the state mythological creature of Wyoming, and everyone agrees with this.
If anyone in Wyoming is watching this, this is the best argument. Would you rather have the Jackalope, which by far is the best, it's well known, it's in there, or would you rather have gay frogs with wands in their asses?
Oh god, that was Wyoming, wasn't it? The Loveland Frog. Was that Wyoming?
No.
No,
but like again, which one would you rather have?
There are bad cryptids and there are cool cryptids, and the Jackalope is definitely a cool
He's
cryptid.
on top. He's one of the top 5.
He easily is, I agree. And again, the reason I personally like the Jackalope is that... How do I put this without sounding stupid? Fuck it, I'll sound stupid. The Jackalope is kind of like permission to be silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking about these, missing links and, these demons from hell because a mother cursed her 13th baby, and all.
Someone ate an apple and
or so,
got kicked out of a fucking garden.
Yeah, and all these things. There's so much weight to so many stories in cryptozoology and cryptosciences. And then there's just the jackrabbit. This ridiculous, dumb, obviously it's fake thing that it's okay to be silly. It's okay to just laugh at the absurdity and have fun with it.
Like, again, look at the history. That thing was made in Wyoming. It is a Wyoming fucking cryptid.
Literally.
That thing is more Wyoming than the freaking people on the gut that's refusing to look at that bill.
The Senate, the Wyoming Senate. The Jackalope is more of a Wyoming... What do you call someone from Wyoming?
Wyomingite.
A woman? The Jackalope is more of a Wyomingite than the damn Wyoming Senate. There, I said it. It's true.
I don't know. What do you call somebody?
Wait, do we have a mystical creature?
A state mythical creature?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know Ireland.
What's Colorado's?
Colorado's mythical creature.
Or if there's been bills try to pass.
Oh, a Wyomingite. I was right.
A Wyomingite. Sean agrees with you. Jackalope is easily S tier, he says.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, they're this fun, ridiculous creature. You know what I mean? And it's kind of weird. I compare it to Bigfoot, because I remember our very first episode, I talked about how Bigfoot has this weird way of, bringing out the best in people, and the people, there's a magic to Bigfoot. There's kind of a magic to the Jackalope. It's ridiculous. It's obviously fake, yeah. But it still has this charm that it's hard to not have fun talking about these ridiculous little bastards.
Yeah.
And
look at
which again is funny because everywhere else in the world, they're dangerous. You don't mess with these horned rabbits.
No, not over here in America.
In America, they're a ridiculous little creature named Jack Ching Bada Bing, who likes to poke people in the butt with his antlers, and everyone laughs at it. It's the reverse of most stuff, because you know how people say, folklore creatures in England are like happy little bearded people that have tea with you over toadstools and stuff. And in America, it's like the fucking Wendigo. It's like, I'll swallow your soul.
Yeah. You go look at certain shit over there, it's like the one that gets more recognition than anything else is Nessie, and people actually go out of their way to go look for her, but everything else over there is meh. Not stateside. We get TV shows that go look for Bigfoot, fucking documentaries on the Wyoming Devil.
There's monuments. We literally make monuments to these creatures, to these cryptids. In Point Pleasant, the Mothman statue.
Yeah.
They actually have a problem because people go and literally pay tribute. They put money on the statue, usually wedging it in the butt crack. You'll think I'm joking. No, this is a problem.
Dude,
this is
if
a
you're
problem.
on TikTok, you can see they use Alucard's voice, Mothman, and I forgot what song it is, but like Mothman's there on a fucking pole with fucking fishnets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, if they can wedge it in his butt crack, he must not be a running statue of Bigfoot.
Yeah, because then obviously the butt would be exposed. No, that's an actual problem. They literally put up. I want to say they did actually put caution tape up because they had a problem. People were going and slipping dollar bills and stuff into Mothman's butt
in
crack.
In a couple of years,
or putting
Mothman's gonna be a fucking deity of his own religion.
Somebody actually put a tramp stamp sticker on the Mothman. And the thing is you would think that that's like vandalism, it's being disrespectful. No,
fucking
people love this character. They love this creature, and they kind of invite that creature into their life through this absurd comedy. The same with the Jackalope. The Jackalope is special to people, and because of that, they want to keep it in the culture, and so it evolves, and it goes from being some wild animal, some varmint out in the middle of the Colorado desert or something, and it turns into this cheeky little Bugs Bunny bastard who everybody loves.
Salem has that freak. They have that house. They have that cave. It's I forgot the name of the witch, but like Salem plays like we all know, but Salem plays heavy into that.
Yeah, and again, they kind of, in a way, they cartoonize the witches and stuff when they depict them. And
like,
again, and it's not disrespectful. It's keeping it alive in a way.
And playing into what you have. Like, yeah, Salem had it was...
Sean, real quick, chiming in. It's their fault for giving the Mothman rock hard abs and such a tone ass. What did they think was going to happen?
Yeah, seriously. But, like...
Mothman did nothing wrong.
Look at the history in Salem. Like, yeah, a good chunk of it's
completely fucked up or fake.
And it's also a good example of mob mind mentality.
Yeah. Blind compliance with authority.
Yup. And then, but like, yeah, they acknowledge it. They play into it. You can go find which cafes, which bookstores.
Mm-hmm. And unlike the ones in Portland, Oregon, you don't have to hold your nose when you walk inside.
Yeah. They're witch stores, crystal stores. Mm-hmm. They do tours of like some of the old towns over there.
The National Museum of Witchcraft is there in Salem.
But like they do it in a respectful manner.
Yeah, and it's more cheeky and a little bit silly, but that just to make it approachable.
Ooh, we should go do a video there.
You know what? No, okay. Tell you what. I will go to Salem, Massachusetts, if it means that I don't have to go to West Virginia or to the Stanley Hotel. Yeah, suddenly everyone's quiet. Yeah.
Go do a Bigfoot, huh?
Okay.
Shoot, we could do that anywhere in America.
As long as we go somewhere by a river where I can go do some fishing at some point.
I didn't know you were a fisherman.
Dude, this is fucking relaxing as fuck. That and golf.
Okay, yeah, this is a doppelganger. No way on God's green earth would Jesus say anything nice about golf.
Golf is fun.
Excuse me, that's a white boy sport.
Look
who
you're talking to. I hang out with mostly white people. One of my good best friends, for his bachelor party, we went golfing. We played 18 holes. That was the first time I went. It was fun as shit.
Have you been to that mini golf place that's right next to where you work?
I'm gonna be honest with you, no, because like after I went golfing, like I try to hit them balls as hard as I motherfucking can just to see them fucking flying. It's a good outlet for my anger.
It has a regular golf swing area.
Yeah,
it does. We went last year.
Yeah, with strips.
Only time it was hot.
It was but
very, very hot.
But I also have my own set of golf clubs, and I just got those too.
But either way, my point is still, yeah. But no, that's the thing about the Jackalope is, on the one hand, there's not too much to say about them, but at the same time, there's a lot because they just have always been there. They really are kind of a aspect of Americana. which is funny because they don't come from America. There are stories of horned rabbits all over the world. We're the only ones that put genes on them and made them run around, poke people in the butt.
But let's look at most of the food that happens here. We take stuff from different cultures and.
Oh yeah, that's.
French fries, they're not freaking from here.
No.
They're from France. But the ones that
actually, if I'm not mistaken, they're originally Greek.
Yeah, but we make them better.
We do. That's what American cooking is. American cooking is basically Americans walked over to someone and said, "You're doing it wrong. Hold on, I'll take care of this."
Yep. And then there are some people
like Mexican food.
Fuck you! You wish you did. Most of y'all motherfuckers won't even eat half the shit we make.
Most of us can't eat it because it would literally set our bowels on fire. He's not denying it, folks. I want to point that on the record. He's not denying it.
Hey, a good hot sauce is hot going in and hot
Do not out. Finish that sentence.
And I already did.
Fuck. God damn it. Oh, jeez. But anyway, yeah, no, that's the jackalope. A silly, ridiculous creature that kind of has a magic all its own. They're a fun little bastard.
I'm just going to say this. We need to start a petition to move whoever is in the Wyoming house.
Rotate the entire Wyoming Senate out.
Who's ever preventing that shit from happening, get them the fuck out, get new people in there.
The jackalope should absolutely be the official creature of the state of Wyoming. And it's Wyoming. There's 12 people there? Who are you going to offend?
Nobody.
Everyone there are the people who are suggesting it.
Here's my question. Bear, you can probably look this up. But what's ours? They have the Jackalope.
What is the Colorado mythological creature?
I looked it up. There's nothing really official, but the Argarino, which is basically a subterranean worm.
Like a Mongolian death worm?
Yeah, kind of like that, or
a tremor.
Trapoid. I know of them.
We got trapoids, tremors.
Basically.
Fuck yay!
Well, shit. Now I know what we need to talk. Well, because we also have the
bolters.
Yeah, the bolters.
But yeah, they
Colorado has worms.
Water, like dams.
We got tremors
and canals and stuff, and they break them.
What is a tremor? Big friggin' worm.
Yeah, but tremor sounds better.
Yeah, true. Better than the actual name they went with for the show. For the movies? What do they call them? Graboids?
Yeah.
Graboids and ass blasters. They were just trying to be dumb names.
Dude, but those movies were so fucking great.
The original three.
They knew they were fucking cheesy.
The original three. After that, Back to Perfection forward really didn't need to happen, in my opinion.
There was the one that happened in Africa. I like that one. It wasn't as good as the original three, but it was still pretty good. It's better than the one that they did in Alaska.
Oh, God.
Or the
also,
Arctic.
Tommy knockers are a big one
for
us in Colorado.
Really? Yeah, because of all the mining.
Yeah.
Tommy knockers is basically American cobalt. But anyway, guys.
But as for an official one...
Officially, we don't have one.
We don't have one.
But...
Bro, we should start one.
We should have one. Every state should have an official cryptid or official mythological creature.
We need to go on a paranormal investigation. We should go look for Bigfoot.
We should
have a couple days. We can fish, look for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I gotta get a shotgun if we're doing this.
You are not shooting Bigfoot.
No, but there are other fucking creatures in the goddamn forest I will see as food.
I don't know if I trust you with a gun.
What?
I've had more. Well, I don't know. How often do you go?
Me? Shooting? I haven't shot a gun since Louisiana.
You would
If you had a gun, I'd be standing behind you.
I have two.
Would I get Dick Cheney'd?
I think one of us would.
I'm not that fucking bad. I've gotten a lot better since that one time I went to go shoot with the Mormons. I made them feel uncomfortable.
See, I'm just wondering if I should bring up all the D&D stories I have about you when you try to proclaim I'm not that bad.
Okay, to be fair, that's when we're playing D&D. I do know my gun safety. Gun safety is always important.
I'm just saying that I'm the Prince of Darkness, and I'm pretty sure you're the only one here on this show that actually has the evil alignment.
Chaotic evil.
That's the worst kind.
But when it comes to gun safety always comes first.
Anyway, guys.
You're the kind of guy who kicks down the door, goes in, guns blazing, get your friend shot in the ass.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would rather blow the room up before going in.
Oh, yeah.
No. But
Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys.
I got actual shooting glasses. I got shit for my ears. Yeah.
If I could do a show with just D&D stories, I could.
Oh,
that would be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, I won't be able to talk about my first campaign.
No, there are stories.
Monetized and a motherfucking heartbeat.
We would be turned off. We would get kicked off immediately.
We will get canceled so fast, just like Jack Black.
Yeah. If we told even half the stories that I know about you in D&D, we'd get kicked off the air. That being said, I have lots of stories about myself that I could tell.
I got a few that I can probably tell
with that.
I played with you guys. And
yeah.
A few with the Star Wars one. And the Fallout one. The Fallout one was pretty good.
Poor Thops. You weren't there for that, but yeah, Sean's D&D character decided to have the brilliant idea to use lightning bolt while he was underwater.
Why?
You know what? Maybe we'll tell you next week. Next week, yeah, we'll share ye old tales from around the kitchen table.
No, that one we need to tell when he's here. Again.
Maybe I'll call him and have him be on the phone.
He need to be right motherfucking there.
Oh, you miss Sean.
He was actually a pretty good person to meet.
Yeah, the one time you did meet him.
I've met him. We hung out twice. Technically speaking, 3 times because I did pick him up. Take you to the airport to go pick him up.
You weren't there for the last game of
I had shit going on.
You took sleeping pills and passed out, is what you told me.
Yeah, that too. I haven't
Next
been sleeping long.
Next week, folks, tales from the kitchen table of our exploits in tabletop games, because why the hell not? Until then, everyone, I am your... Quiet, you. Until then, I am your host, Kristoff N. Chester. This is probably Jesus off camera.
This is Jesus.
Doppelganger. There's the bishop over in the corner.
You're the doppelganger.
That's exactly what a doppelganger would say. My faithful companions, famine and gluttony. I don't know who the hell you are, but whatever.
The actual doppelganger. Where's my Mexican amigo?
Right over there. He's buried.
He's there. He's right there. I can see his tail.
He's right. Look.
He's literally underneath the...
Hold on. I gotta fix something. There he is.
Yeah.
This is the only pink bastard that needs to be on camera.
Oh, God. Oh, God. We have a bunny murder. Well, that just happened. Don't you dare start with the knife. I mean it.
Man, he's been hanging around your head the whole freaking time.
I know.
At one point, he was bouncing on your head, I think.
I thought I felt something. You son of a... We're losing control here. Okay, everybody. Keep checking the shadows.